Hi guys, so like Jess said, I am now going to go over what the AOTA website offers for patients as well as caregivers. Okay, we're first going to start out on the homepage of the AOT website. The first area we're going to go to is this little section over here called About Occupational Therapy. In this section, this will be great for any patients or caregivers wanting to know what OT is exactly. I don't know about you, but a few times people have asked me, what does occupational therapy do? This page right here will give you a great definition for it. Kind of as it says in simplest terms. It just helps people all across the lifespan and then help them do what they want through their use of everyday activities, our occupations. Okay, now we're going to go over here to the left and click on the tab that's labeled Patients and Clients. Okay, under this subheading, there's many subcategories for this section. There's children and youth, healthy living, mental health, aging, disability, and rehabilitation and work-related. Since this is a pediatrics class, we're going to go to the children and youth section. Okay, now we're on the children and youth page. As you can see, it is divided up by the various occupations that children have, which would include playing, learning, and socializing. For each category, I'm just going to open up maybe 1 or 2 documents per category just so you can have an idea what is available to provide to patients and caregivers. For this first section, tips for all children, this will be great for every child that you would come in contact with, whether regardless of if they have a disability or not. Okay, the first document I'm going to click on is Enjoying Halloween with Sensory Challenges. I know last week was Halloween, but I know we just talked about sensory challenges, so I figured this would be a great document to get started with. On this page, this just gives parents and caregivers ideas on how to make Halloween successful for children that may have sensory issues. So it's kind of divided up in various categories. First one, helping your child understand what to expect with Halloween. Another one would be wear their costume. I know with children with sensory issues, just the different materials and textures of costumes, they might not like it or they would not want to wear it. So it just helps you come up with ideas on how they can still enjoy Halloween with that. And then taking your child trick-or-treating is another category. It helps address saying that, trick-or-treating is not mandatory. We can do another fall activity that would be also celebrating Halloween as well. And it also goes into how to help your child participate in a Halloween party and also how to avoid a meltdown. Okay, we're now going to go back to the homepage of the Children and Youth section. Another document I thought would be a great one to look into would be the backpack section. Under this, there's facts about backpacks, and we're going to go into this one, the backpack strategies for parents and students. Under this document, this just gives you tips and ideas on backpack safety, how to properly load your backpack. So on here it says, no more than 10% of the child's body weight, range of books so they're not going to slide around. And it also tells you how you properly should wear a backpack, distribute both ways using both straps, not one strapping it, and then also gives you more ideas on backpack facts. Okay, we're going to go back to the main page for the Children and Youth section. The next category we're going to go into is the Childhood Occupations Toolkit. Under this category, this more addresses the child or infants ADLs and IADL. So one of the documents I wanted to go into is tummy time routines to enhance your baby's development. So as we learned previously this semester, tummy time is a crucial activity that all infants should participate in. It just helps endorse your proper development and growth. So down here, just under each subcategory, it just lists different topics. So one of the ones is making tummy time part of your daily routine. So, kind of just states, begin with 5 minutes and, gradually increase it. If you want your baby to begin to, reach properly, position different toys in front of them. So it will encourage them to lift their head and reach towards the toy. Also tells you how to position your baby properly so they can enjoy tummy time and not lay there uncomfortable or crying. So it says, use bolsters or blankets just to help provide more support during tummy time. Also gives you ideas on how to gauge your baby's senses. So as it says, placing a mirror in front of them so they can be interested in looking at themselves in the mirror or have different textures in front of them. And then also gives you other alternatives to tummy time as well. Okay, I'm going to go back to the homepage once again. So under the rest of the Childhood Occupations Toolkit, it just gives you ideas on how to establish routines as, your child grows and develops. So it lists ideas for toileting, bath time, bedtime, and then also mealtime routines. Okay, next section would be tips about autism. I know autism is a huge area, especially in pediatrics. Just in the last few years, the rate of autism has grown quite significantly. So it just kind of goes through the age of the child as well. So the first one would be supporting a smooth transition into preschool. Okay, so on this page, supporting the smooth transition into preschool for children who do have autism spectrum disorder, it just gives you ideas on how to prepare for this. So for this first category, prepare your child for preschool, it just gives you tips and ideas to help with that. So for example, playing the games like follow leader just to help your child practice to take turns and follow rules, and then, taking in places where they have to wait in line, so they just begin to understand this and get used to waiting in line. Another idea is understanding what preschool is going to mean for your child. So learning about different programs that may be in your area, also participating in the IEP meetings, and then speaking directly to the preschool staff about your child and the different challenges that he or she may present. Okay, then this last section will be sharing information about your child with the preschool staff. So this would just be establishing rapport with the different caregivers that would be, taking care of your child when they're in preschool. So just getting to know them, who they're going to be with, and making them aware of, what your child's going to be presenting when they're in school as well. Okay, I'm going to return back to the home page again. And another document I wanted to look at is the tips for educators with students with autism. Okay, on this sheet, this will be a great sheet to introduce to educators working with children with autism. On here, it just gives different strategies on how to make sure the children with autism spectrum disorder is getting the most out of school and we're accommodating them to their classroom. So it just gives you different ideas in different categories. Okay, for this first section, improving engagement and sustaining attention in a classroom setting, it just gives you different strategies and ideas for teachers to use. So example would be, breaking the larger task into smaller chunks, reducing the amount of noise, and then varying your precision with providing instruction just to keep the child that may have autism's attention, and many other ideas as well that will be great to use in the classroom. Just going to scroll down to the rest of the document. Another section is promoting friendship and peer interaction. I know with children with autism, it's really difficult to connect with others, make friends. So some of the strategies that I suggest is, creating a buddy system within your classroom. And another great one is preventing and immediately addressing bullying. That we want to stop that before it starts. And some of the other things as well as managing his emotions, behavior. So incorporating stress reduction techniques such as, yoga, meditation, deep breathing, and then also helping the child learn about emotional regulation and coping strategies. Okay, and then the last two sections, improve participation in classroom routines. Some of the ideas that I suggest is making, the classroom routines consistent, giving the child with autism specific goals that would match their strengths, and also using positive behavior reinforcement to, reinforce participation and encouragement. And then the last one of this document is just support and teach executive functioning. So common vocabulary, support for time management, organization, and then help with problem solving and, cognitive flexibility. Okay, I'm going to return back to the home page again. Okay, and then the last two sections are tips for children in school and then also tips for play. So I'm just going to go over a document in the tips for children in school. Let's look at handwriting, since I know we just learned all about this about a week or so ago. This just gives information on what, for the parent or caregiver, like what an occupational therapist can do for the child to help with handwriting. So as we learn, help demonstrate proper positioning, help with the physical strength and endurance, their motor control, and evaluating their handwriting curriculums and helping teachers establish effective strategies. And then it also gives ideas on what parents and families can do at home. Some of the things it says is just, encourage participation in sports that can help with, their visual, motor, coordination skills. Make sure they use silver when they're eating just to help develop that hand grip. And then also encourage writing, such as, writing letters and making cards to family and friends. Okay, I'm just going to return back to the homepage again. So some other documents listed under the tips for children in school would be, is your child positioned for school success, health success in school, homework success, encouraging social participation. And then also these 2 documents would be great in what the role is going to be exactly for the OT in the school working with your child. Okay, the last section I wanted to look at is the tips for play. So one of the documents I wanted to look at is building play skills for healthy children and families. Okay, on this tip sheet, this one is a great one. It just gives tips on parents and caregivers on what is play and then also how to promote play to encourage healthy growth and development. So this document's great because it actually breaks the ages up for the child. So right here, it's early childhood, elementary school, then it has down for middle school, and then even high school. So this is definitely a fantastic resource. Alright everyone, well that concludes the video for today. Thank you so much for listening. As you can see on the screen, we have listed our 2 resources we use for this project, the AOTA website and then also the Occupational Therapy Practice Framework. Again, thank you so much for listening and have a great day.